We shall not dilly-dally longer. Tavern Talk! Playthrough Part 1. Let's go.
Once upon a time in a world far, far away, in a realm ruled by dragons and magic. Well, actually, it was this land specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once upon a time, somewhere in Gaia, not that far away, there was a tavern. My tavern.
Look how cute.
A place for anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose. But I'm not just your typical innkeeper.
So cute.
My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious. Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen? Don't do this to me. Okay, here we go. That was such a cute intro. I have not seen that yet. That's new. That's new. You're gonna get ready to hear some horrible voice acting the entire way through, just so you know. So be prepared. Hi, Innkeep. How's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy? Yeah. Yes, all fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really? Really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better. I took a walk around the grove, and then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. And I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic. Maybe a gnome. Did it? No. But I got to take another walk around the grove. How was that? Great. I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same amaranthine hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. I even got to water the asters. I didn't really need it, but I was there, so... Sounds very... exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is exciting as a roasted nut. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. There are various types of nuts: walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts, cashews. I'm allergic. Oh. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut. Just not something very fun. Anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as an adventure? No. I think that counts as a mistake. So what you're saying is that... So, what you're saying is that you're missing some spice. Oh, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, well, yes, exactly, that's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. I'm like a bland soup. So a classic case of boredom, I see. Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but also not particularly fun? Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Huh? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater, or a gala, or even a hot air balloon. Hot air balloon? Don't they fly up? Really high? Yes. I think that's the point. I'm afraid of heights. And of people. and of actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing. But what is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to the song I started writing. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph resting by the lakes. Sounds like a good song opening to me. Really? You think so? Well, perhaps it has a nice flow to it. But nothing actually happens in it. Because all I do is sit around and wish for things to happen. I don't even know what nymphs do. I've never met one. Taxes, maybe? No, I don't think so. I'd love to sing about the exciting, magical things I encounter. But, to be honest, the most exciting things in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Did I mention nymphs? I'd prefer if you didn't. Okay. Maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a feather-light nymph floating on the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Both? But mostly I want a swift strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering... I've been coming to your tavern for so long, and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Yes. Really? Yes. What should I do? Do I need to put on an apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? Just follow me. Welcome to my drink mixing nook. So this is what it looks like back here. Hello, Andu. Everybody say hello, Andu. You better say hello, Andu. I'm the bestest boy ever. Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Where do we start? Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. To make sure I don't forget what they ordered, I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. Oh, you pinned my order. I did. If I want to look for specifics, I check my detailed notes. I do keep a log, just in case. When I'm sure I know what was asked of me, I browse my recipes. Can't you just freehand mix something and see what sticks? No. I like to mix and match for more varied results, but the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I've settled on one, I can use the chalk to draw it on the board. What if you pick the wrong one? I can either erase it with a sponge or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in the 5 bottles on the right, and there's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, charisma. I think dexterity sounds the tastiest. I had a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink for any other reason, I can simply feed my mistakes to Andu. Once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. Just try making a drink. You got this. So we are making... Check the journal. We are making a swift strike. Be a leaf from the wind with the swift strike. This must-have for any dexterity-devoted adventurer grants you agility, speed, and remarkable accuracy. Oh, and a tasty drink. With an order this delicious, you'll exceed any dwarf's kill count in no time. Let's draw it on the board here. You can kind of see on the other side of the screen here is the chart. So we have a thing here, a little measuring cup, and we want to try to make our swift strike. So the bottles are all lined up to exactly how they are on the board here. So we need 3 dollops of the dexterity. 1, 2, 3. And we feed some to Andu. It's like a cheese tax, but better. A little bit of intelligence. And a little bit of defense. Boink. And boink. Hello, Alex. Welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, let's pull myself back over. Wow. It actually does teleport. Of course it does. What did you think was happening? Oh, I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand. I see. Well, give your creation a taste. Feed the egg, feed the egg. That's delicious. I made that? You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of. Aren't you scared they'd be the end of you? Maybe. But how would I know if I never try? Do you actually want to try? Well, yes. I want to tell great stories, but... What? Never mind. Rudy boy. How can I help you? Drink. For you? Right. What kind? Drinkable. Very specific, thank you. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure. Whatever. Redacted, one of my favorite characters. Alright, we're gonna give him a spoken heart. Spoken heart, sweet and sparkling in taste, the spoken heart will bring your deepest feelings bubbling to the surface. Your newfound sincerity, confidence, and many heartfelt words will work wonders in boosting your persuasive abilities. A charismatic boost, great for bards and emotionally repressed individuals. A little charisma. Boink. 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 And do tax. A little bit of strength. A little bit of defense. And boink. This should be digestible, maybe even tasty. Thanks. Almost washes away the memories of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. All right. The brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's. Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? A euphoric welcome in. Isn't that up to you? Right? Nordenheim, the artwork is so good. The style is so good. Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. We're rangers, Fable. We belong in the woods, like the stream that ripples down the mountain. With the birds and the trees, we keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes? No? Not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures to make other people yearn for that same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. But there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the grove as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me. Then you should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? I think so. Yes. What if it's wrong to leave, though? What if destiny never meant for me to leave? What if it did? That would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Hi, Pixel, welcome in. Do it. Oh. Oh boy. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment, Innkeep. Last time I checked. With whom do I have the pleasure? My name's Kaelin. You can call me Ke or Lynn. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Kaelin. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? You do the things with the quest, right? So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. No. No quest for me. But I may have one for you. Or your notice board. Tell me more. I would be honored to polish her armor. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Tavern, terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. A werewolf? It's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south in Ereva. Been wondering if it's the same one, just moving up like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died along with that one romance novel. You mean the one with the vampires? Think so. Nah. That just split society into two camps, Team Werewolf or Team Vampire. Which one are you, Innkeep? Which one are we, guys? Are we vampires or werewolves? Which one do you think she'll like us more with? Mommy? I mean, pretty. Wolf? Werewolf? Werewolf, obviously. Werewolf, obviously. Obviously. Okay, werewolf. Yes. Is it the fur or the pecs? Oh, we got caught, guys. Is it the fur or the pecs? Neither. Question. Yeah, yes, both. Both is. Can it be both? Questionable experiences with the other camp, more so. I'm itching to ask for details. Don't. How about you? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, actually, that's why I asked. Keep guessing. Has anyone ever told you that you could pass as a werewolf? Yes. All the time. At least twice a day. Only downside of looking like a wolf is getting mistaken for one. I see. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my Uncle Dragon. Would feel bad slaying that fella. You know, hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? You can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. Sorry to hear that. Nah, that hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, or before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? I don't know. Don't care enough to check. He's a Vey. Is that Southern Werewolf? Is that Southern Werewolf, yeah? Right. Anything else that might help others get done with rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works? On any dog. Trust me. Good to know. Thanks, Lynn. It's not that hard. It's a Carolyn, Care, or Lynn. Gotcha. Carolyn. Aight, Chief. Aight, Chief. You got a name, or is it just Innkeep? Just Innkeep for now. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Innkeep, then before I venture on, you got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful. Something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me any of that watered down muck instead. We want the Southern Brawler. The Southern Brawler is the perfect combination of offense and defense, dominated by the picante aroma of Ignis. This drink is served fiery hot or ice cold, depending on the kind of fight you're looking for. Cute review, I appreciate that. Don't worry, give it like a couple hours and I'll forget what accent I gave her, and it'll be completely different. Egg tax! Pet. Look at them's eyeballs! Ute. Strong drink. A drink with 0 water, as requested. Bad. Just what I was craving. Thanks. Where will you head from here? Perhaps back west, through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will ya? No. My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor her. And make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself? Something like that. Yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead. It's certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just going to open wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. The past haunts everyone willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation. And I'm ending it. Alright. Well then. If you find any more rumors for me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf. Don't do groups. But sure, for more work, I'll be back. I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? Don't want them to go to waste. I could use some help. Fine. Guess I've got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. This is where I sort all the rumors I've collected. I also keep them written down in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. Think the best next step would be sorting the matching snippets in your quest page. Just drag them over and make sure they're all for the same quest. Otherwise, you'll end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select that quill of yours and it'll be all written up. Got it? Got it. Thank you for your help, Carolyn. Put it on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you too. Alright then. Let's assemble this quest. Alright. Snails, werewolf, werewolf, werewolf. This is also about a banshee. Onwards! A werewolf on detours. A reticent Wakachen passed by the Wayfarers Inn, reporting a werewolf making their way up to Tregarin from Erove. They pose a potential threat to both helpless sheep and the villagers. Apparently, werewolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take on this quest and save Tregarin from this werewolf mayhem? Try to feed the puppy. Feed the egg! Want to play fetch with the werewolf. It's always werewolf, never a Y-wolf or a Howl-wolf you write. Day 2. Part 2. A prelude to bravery. 58th of the week. Or a what wolf? That's taken. What do you have there, Fable? Oh, I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Tregarin. Is that true? A weremst wolf. It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday. Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even. Preferably one who is good with a bow. One who tells me they want the quest. I'm good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around the woods. I know, Fable. And maybe I want the quest? Just maybe? No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. Then then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forests. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, just slightly scarier because they are also human. But you've talked to humans before. And you've got silver arrows for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then I didn't think that far ahead. You see. Or rather, I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? And then I have to go on the quest. And then I have to fight the werewolf. Or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? What if then I try to shoot it with my silver arrow? And I miss and shoot a tree instead. And then the tree would be mad at me. But it wouldn't really matter because it'd be dead. I'd be dead. Because of the werewolf. That took quite a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable? Yes? Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe? I can't make that decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's just like I freeze in place. Suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime. A frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water or slime? Bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Ah. Maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them off from the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest. It seems to me that you want to take the quest, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh. Well, I do want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses. But it would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic. Fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light in the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mari Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with the Amaranthine Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. The Mari Morgan incident? Yeah. The Mari Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Well, thank God word didn't get around. It was my very first adventure. The chance to finally escape the daily grind. What happened? An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night. And the fog bears great dangers to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So, they wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant set up in Treguer and recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure. Yay! I was so excited. But also very, very nervous. So, of course, it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous? New people, seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all shining armor, armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares in my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I've never got lost in the woods before. But this time I did. I couldn't see well, there was blood rushing in my ears, I felt dizzy. So for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Mari Morgan. You know of the Mari Morgan, yeah? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men. Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. And I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still the laughingstock of everyone at every one of their gatherings. How am I supposed to ever set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the Wyvern Chimera that resides in the Quag Mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't. But I didn't. What about your first encounter with the Hydra? Well, just a day after it arrived to guard the portal to the Dream Plane Avalon, I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits and burned them a little in the oven. But I thought since it has fire breath in it, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranthine Hydra And I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around, how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot all about what I wanted to say. So I just set the biscuits down and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice. All hydras love tea." I thought to myself, the amaranthine hydra has given me a riddle. Quest! Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I, left. I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged it for the answer. Turns out that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it some? Yeah. Then you completed its quest. 3 days late. If it needed an antidote, it would have died. Would-haves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. Suppose you have a point. Now, why does no one want to spend time with you? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had just been once. It seems like my life only follows the path that's the most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Dangerously embarrassing. Curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with me with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week, I wanted to gather fresh flowers. Then the daffodils are blooming and they make for a nice bouquet, you know? Or hair accessories. And they always calm my anxiety whenever I have them around. But me being me, I confuse them with their evil twin, the weeping amaryllis. Guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping? Like a baby. All day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. Never been so heartbroken. Sorry. That sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. So silly sometimes. There's nothing wrong with picking flowers. There is if they're the wrong flowers. Imagine if I had offered them to the adventurers. Or even worse, the Hydra. That would have been so embarrassing. I don't think gifting others flowers to make them a little happier is embarrassing. And it would have made for a good story to laugh about together. I don't think they would have laughed about it with me. More at me. Maybe they would laugh with you if you choose not to run away. You seem to assign a cruel sense of humor to people that actually haven't shown you such a thing yet. Not everyone thinks about you the way you think about yourself. Would be nice. Innkeeper. Yes? Do you like spending time with me? No, not really. Dang, that would suck. Yes, Fable, I do. Really? We'll do the no, not really on another when we do like an evil dirge run. We'll do a dirge innkeeper run. Really? Of course. Seeing your face in my tavern brightens even the cloudiest of days. Please, never stop coming around. Part of me thinks he's just, the innkeeper's just joking. But at the same time, I'm just like, dang. I could do a mean innkeeper run? I don't know. I'm not sure. I won't. You make me feel a lot less alone. Thank you. That's because you're not alone. Not as long as my tavern and I are here. The mean keeper, truly. Better not go anywhere. Not planning on it. Anyhow, you seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. But how can I not be when everything I touch falls apart? You know that isn't true. You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis. Figure out how to grow those. So, in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You'll have to find that out then. Like, on a quest. For example. Don't you think I'm a little underleveled? You think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't and no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? But what if I'm not? What if there is someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. So what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2. And who knows? You might even end up farming a party. Oh. And besides, it's a perfect hero they want. We'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I am a very fast runner. Even if I screw up, I can just run away real quick. That's the spirit. Okay. Fable, a great gardener and, future hero, charmer of nymphs, I'm going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so that the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy. Perhaps it's just a hungry lost lichen after all, and it just needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we could even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I'll leave that choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. We're going to befriend a werewolf. Hi, Team Money Twitch. Welcome and good to see you. Welcome and good to see you. Thanks for coming on by. Let's do the spoken heart, charisma-based one. Lots of charisma coming up. No pressure, obviously. No pressure. Can you accidentally kill Fable by giving them the wrong drink? Maybe that's something you can experiment on your own time. We want Fable to live. Egg tax. I want to take Andu and just give them just a little shake and see what pops out after like all the drinks that we've been giving them. I appreciate that, Nornheim. That really means the world. Thank you so much. Thank you. I just want to avoid messing up. Me too. This should do it. Thank you. I feel much better. Braver. Farming. No, wait, that sounds like I tend to farm. There are a lot of farmers in Tregaron. I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No. I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed to get started. You got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay. I got this. Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday, and how I'd have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest, so I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seem like something you might enjoy. They possess natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. And consumption can pass on to mortals like us? Exactly. I thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. It's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together. Later. Of course. I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with them next time. But first, I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory. I hope Fable will be alright. I wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. Hope I was able to help. Broody redacted. You again. Me again. And who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drink. Yeah, I get it. Could you try being more, specific? That spoken heart one tasted. Fine. Thank you. Spoken heart it is. Boop. 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 Look at the lemonade. Wink. And then some of this. And then some of this. And then wink. A spoken heart just for you. Maybe it will help you find more words. Honestly, I would drink this. Look at this. This looks like kind of like a mango with like maybe a little bit of grenadine in there. It got some bubbles in it. And it's very colorful. And it's got the bendy straw, so you know it's good. Maybe it will help you find more words. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more. Might not. Thank you. Enjoy. Charming. Make a great summer cocktail. It does look like, it looks like a pog drink. Yeah, Poggle's Pog Juice. It does. It does. Exactly. Careful! You'll step on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Not another one of those empty babblers. Would you prefer a different line? Let's see. Hail and well met, adventurers. Would you like to try me drinks? No, that feels wrong somehow. But try the one where you just serve the drinks quietly. I'm fresh out of that one, sorry. Thought so. You're planning to try and peer into my You planning to try and peer into my backstory? Probably. I'm warning you. I'm very good at ignoring non-essential NPCs. Why are you ignoring me? Not ye. Innkeep. The innkeep is ignoring me? Not in the slightest. Don't worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. See, that thing on your shoulder, is it quirky too? Oh, what thing? Oh, my cape! Your cape? That's not his cape. That green fellow on his shoulder is an ooze. Or what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you. Oi. Pretty tough to clean off. May I ask how that happened? You just did. Maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for the story and your names? Yes! I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. I am Sir Alphonse Louis Frederick de Quay de Song. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood. Or if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. I'll look for something with red in it. Something with red. The Southern Brawler is probably the most red that we got, so... Wink, 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 wink. Hey, whoa. Boink! Thank you, Lady D. Hi, Malachite. Welcome in, welcome in. Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. This looks delicious. It also tastes delicious. Very alive. Maybe as a chaser, you could let me have a bite. No. Okay. And to whom may I offer the second drink? Rhea Frostgrip. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Skip. Just serve me something strong. Something that feels durable, tough, like a mountain or caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons looks close enough. Coming right up. Frosted Lagoon. First time we've made one of these. The Frosted Lagoon protects you from any physical and spiritual harm and cools you down on even the hottest of summer days. It even offers additional UV protection. What more could you ask for? I know, the skip. What the heck? Rude. The return of the Kyle voice. Kyle's like my favorite right now. Oh, wrong one. This one. This one. Frosted Lagoon. Let's give him some dexterity. What do you think these taste like? This one supposedly tastes like hot stuff. Like Ignis. It's a spicy potion. Cantio, Pluma, Tempest, Phrygius. What do you think this stuff tastes like? Like this one. What do you think this one tastes like? This one reminds me of like orange juice and what's the word? It's pineapple, orange, and guava. Like the pog juice combination. That's what this reminds me of. This could be like a cinnamon or even like maybe like a slight spicy habanero one. I need a Frosted Lagoon in this heat wave. Honestly, truly same. I need additional UV protection. We're all just like, everyone's like, yeah, give me that. Give me one of those. Ah, yes, the dark creature that stalks the night. Kyle. Boink. The writing in this is great, isn't it? Yeah, we have some of the devs from General Troll and the writers and the creators of the game in here. Sayekio is one of them, and we're so glad to have them here with us. A taste of just for you, valued customer number 2. Oh, are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see you're many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks. Just how I like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, about that ooze-filled story. Fine. Guess you've earned it. Alright, picture me. deep in the mountains of Dorvamer, with my trusty axe and a good drink by my side. There I was, minding my own business, digging for the good stuff, you know? Hitting a gold vein earlier, deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. Then, suddenly, this big ooze comes along and gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now. It's nearly sunrise. And? The sun kills you? Oh. Right. Did the oozes also eat the cape? Yes. No. Oh. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but when that ooze slurped up my gold, I had to do something. I took my shovel. And dug and hit and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Oh, almost nothing. So you dug out your gold? Silly food, she dug out me. And guess what he was clinging on to? The gold? Oh yes, a big gold nugget. Should be enough to get me to Baruvia. And perhaps it can even get me a dandy new cape. Oh, I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal. Oh, we did? Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? I get you to Baruvia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return, I get the gold. But what about my cape? Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother. It's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. Started to wonder where in his life did this man put his cape. Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I put my capes? Where? In a wardrobe. Oh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe land? What? No, Kyle. Maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you. We could? Phenomenal! I could put out a quest for you, but for that, we'd need a little more information. Good luck with that. First, I'd like to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Strut in Baruvia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes. Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. Then what was the last vampire event you wore the cape to? My wedding. Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn. The vampire Countess Evelyn residing in Morrow Castle. That would be her. Congratulations. You still married? Of course not. I hate her. Every inch of her body. Turned out she just wanted... Spit it out, leech. What? My cape! Rats, here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little mean, vicious, beautiful beast. That thief of thieves robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? Oh, I had that taken out centuries ago. But my cape? Could never live without that. Oh, sweet Evelyn. How could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps, innkeeper. That's your name, right? Oh, my deepest apologies. What is it then? I don't think it's time for that yet. Names are a valuable currency, after all. For some types, indeed. But you mustn't be so mysterious to a new friend. All my friends call me Innkeeper. Oh, in that case, I shall not disrespect your wishes. Well then, Innkeeper, do you think there is a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yes, I think we could find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So, where could a brave adventurer find Marrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn. Queen of Darkness, Temptress of Men, Flamenco Champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. But be wary. She bites. And she may be invisible now. All right. I think I've got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. And keep quickly another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. See what I can do. Silly Fairy, hello, welcome in. You're in love with these characters? Aren't they great? They're so good. So good. Nope. We love a respectful king, 100%, 100%. Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Huh. I try. You got it right again. Might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No. I cannot drink now that I am consumed with the thoughts of my lover's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails you. The whole way here you were complaining about having to walk. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice. And the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. And my back is itchy. By the dragons. Could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh, right. Innkeeper! Do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin? I'm afraid not. Oh. That reminds me. My Aunt Matilda used to harness the power of Chimera's saliva for sun protection. A chimera? I think, beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads and all, made by a dragon. The god Gaia likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm aware. I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. Ah. If only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves. I could have asked for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh. Huh? What? Why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostcrypt. Dearest Druia, perhaps we can alter our deal. Oh no, forget it. I ain't going with nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goop. I'll be no match for such a beast. No problem. I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among mortals in the glistening sunlight once more? As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds. Especially that part. Splendid! Did you hear that? A quest just for me. Let's leave it at 2. Sorry, Innkeep. While we wait for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room or 2? Possibly a room without sunlight? Or what's Snow White here to go up in flames? Sure thing. Got a couple of barred up rooms, you can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe one day you'll be a real boy one day. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature. Alright. Undead snails. Cape. Quirky vampire looking for his cape. The Wrath. The foot of the witch's peak resides Countess Evelyn, the vampiric temptress of men. Be wary of invisible threats. There we go. Yeah, vampire. Hey there, Evelyn! On a mild summer morning, a senile vampire came to look for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer's Inn. After steady questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he lost his cape at his wedding, where his ex-wife, Countess Evelyn, stole it from him. She resides at the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak. Venture to the peak and dare to retrieve the long-lost cape, but beware, she might be invisible. Hydra, Aunt Matilda, Chimera. Until sunrise, deep in the Quag mangrove resides a wyvern chimera. Its scales and claws are a valuable treasure to any alchemist, its saliva even more so. As it happens, a certain vampire may be able to use the rare saliva to produce a sunscreen, so effective that even he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer, or mouse, brave enough to confront the beast, the chimera, not the vampire, and bring back a bucket of saliva? I could be a real boy? She knows she's in a game or what? Amazing. 3 new friends and former enemies. Drama. Look how pretty this place is. It's so pretty. My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's Phoenix chilies, I now have 3 infusions. I'll unpack them later, when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. Right, Karsa? Imagine real recipes for this. Watching Andu eat has reminded me that I too require sustenance. Yes, get yourself some food. So, innkeep, drink for me and this slanky pal. Good to see you too, Carolyn. She meant to say please. Come back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them well. And with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So, I do owe them some of your dishwater at the very least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought it was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died. No. Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot? I think he's confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Carolyn. I didn't. Was there by chance? They were both stealing sheep. Was not. Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about the beginning? Right. I was born on a half crescent dreaming moon of the quest Fable. Right. The quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the border of Tregarin right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight. Well, at least before sunset. You have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? A little. I mean, I reckon I still can see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I'm no owl. Said God. Already weird enough. Imagine the damage you could do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can? Just kidding. Anyway. Luckily, darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay. I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing to keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer and saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all my courage and I stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help calm her down. It confused me all right. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? A light person? Or an insane one? It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a... What? So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice." And she asked who I was. No, I asked, "Who are you? A god?" I was about to introduce myself when I heard this blood-curdling howl. Sounded like someone had ripped a hole in the fabric of reality, then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark. And it made the blood freeze in my veins. I heard the panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow eyes gleaming. Gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Kaelin and the werewolf were on the ground fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, and had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragan wears. That old... Hey! Why can't I say that? What the... Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Ah. Anyway, it was dressed like Uncle Dragan, smelled like Uncle Dragan, thought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. Haven't seen that old man in years. Was coping about it by joking. That's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud. Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle. Then he changed. Became irritable, angry, distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Fedor. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left. Ran away. Without a word. Left us and Uncle Fedor behind, worried senseless. We found a letter saying not to look for him. And all their savings missing. Swore I was going to kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his own problems. Turns out, his solution was to just get those problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? Tried. But Elfie here stopped me. Glad they did. How'd you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear, but it got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would never have done that, of course. But they must have believed me, as they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. Thank you? I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. Sounds rather dangerous. Was. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you could stop two angry wolves? Oh, well. Anyway, I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on, and that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Carolyn and the miscommunication. Feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him best we could. At the very least, we would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things, or Vukakin things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, stubbornness, and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep too. But they had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that. The little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. How did it go? Fine. It'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first and apologize to Uncle Fedor and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still the whole problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with a cure he still can barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he'd done. That he had to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of It's real! You're a crescent moose. I feel like Carolyn would definitely do like a Githyanki. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another? Exactly. I like that. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together. Got offered to spend the day at the settlement, but they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Alfie was dying to get back here. Was talking about how they needed to update you on everything non-stop, which thinks they live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. Glad you did. They also started crafting something out with the werewolves. Oh. Said something about it being for you and keep. Oh? Really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. That wasn't that hard, was it? Well. So a drink. What can I offer you, Kaelin? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean make me as a usual. Strength never gets old. Southern Brawler. We're gonna give them what they want because we are a good innkeeper. Boing. Boing. Spicy. Boink. And boink. Oh. Boing. Surprise. Like the Argos bottle, it's cool. Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike, back to my senses. Had a stressful day. Night. Morning. Sequence of events. Always trying to remember the Andrew tax. Swift strike it is. This is a very pretty bottle, I agree. Very, very pretty bottle. Sometimes I buy like perfume bottles because I specifically like the shape of their bottles. Like perfume and alcohol have the coolest bottles. And I feel like that's why like most people buy, or that's what makes them more expensive, is because of the shape of the bottle. Here you go. Thank you. Wow. This is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're going to pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Carolyn, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you late. Sure. Are you heading home, Fable? Yeah. I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yeah. That too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. Would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? It's a very tall order. You're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Carolyn first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world. You have a point. You shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. Can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. The hair is down. Good evening to you too. This quest. It wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Me. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? No. My legs. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. We got a name! And the hood is down. We're just slowly like unclothing Zephyr as the game goes on. Not just literally. Physically. Emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle. To get the cape. I mean... Yes. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. Do you know of the castle? Yes? Seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings, of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence. Me too. She ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has. Once. Had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here... Wait. Yes? Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No, she had a lot of makeup on. But below that mask. Sure, yes, it would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. Interest. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another, as in a grave or a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place, like a tomb for something still alive. Or for a goth or vampire. She seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret, or you're not worth the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed. You must live with the consequences. The consequences being you. Exactly. Him's so cute. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I'm one with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures. Whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration. Like... chair? Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I'd prefer something smaller. A trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Wait. You're being serious. Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and the cape back to me. Along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No. Too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from your shadow. Say, what do you trade them for? How about a joke? Joke? That's not... I'm not... I don't do jokes. Then I don't do drinks, I'm afraid. How do explorers hide their treasure? How? By dragging them to a safe location. Alright. I feel bad for you. You may have one of my renowned drinks and some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today. was finally able to unpack them. Fusions. Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or frozen pine cone. The frozen pine cones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible, eventually, and for a bit. The duration is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think that would be very useful for your situation. Interesting. So, what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature, so I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. Though that does sound appealing. Strength I can do, and some frost armor should help with the fangs. Or perhaps a smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely. To out-stealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose, so that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity, and some invisibility would help with staying unseen should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with the decision, and keep. Your wisdom is no joke, is it? Now I have access to infusions. I have to be careful of how they interact with other ingredients. They might alter the drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding an infusion first and adjusting the drink there. Let's give it a try. An infusion. I think we should go with the frozen pine cone. Start with the frozen pine cone and give him a bit of a frosted... Ooh, actually. So strength, actually, with an infusion. That's probably what we need to go. Yeah, strength with a little bit of that frosted infusion, probably the best way. It seems like that's what he wants. Oh boy! Hi Astrid, welcome in. I can bite your neck, Zephyr. Oh my gosh. Down, 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 chat. Here you go. A drink that all vampires fear. Liquid Sunrise? Not quite. But that's a good name. I steal it. You don't ask for permission before you steal something and keep. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Understandable, but still. Did you hear about my new drink, the Liquid Sunrise? Oh. Good one. It tastes like sun. Cold sun. I shall strike her down as such. The sun? Evelyn. Ah, that makes more sense. Goodbye, innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. My hopes do not lie within the realm, keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave, or for a good story. Farewell. Or for a bitter end. Kaelin is back. Quest taken. I'm taking this quest. And the drink. He just a Cinnabon. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep? How was it? Ah. Fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No. Your beds are just too comfortable. It was hard to get up. Of course. My apologies. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? Think I already said that. Make me something strong that will wake me up and keep me up too. What does this do? Yes, let's do that. Let's put the spice in it. It's a Southern Brawler. Oh, too much. Too much. There we go. Boing. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of too much. Maybe I should call this drink the Carolyn. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, it's a quest. Yes, a quest. Taking it. So you said. I see it is my turn to make conversation. Hey, Miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It has been hours since I've done anything. Sleep, chat, and drink. Getting antsy. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire sunscreen couldn't get more reckless than that. It could be taken. It could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So, the saliva's for a vampire. Vampire sunscreen. Can't the vampire get the chimera goos themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quests, the quest economy would be in shambles. True. How the game's been? The game's been really good. Really, really good. Suppose that'd be terrible for your business? Indeed. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No. Not a real one. Got me thinking, ain't it kinda blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? Don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realm. So, stealing something to protect someone, to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Huh. Good thing you ain't the priest. You'd do a piss poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay. Nervous. Ain't that easy. Then what is it? Excitement, I suppose? Excitement. Don't laugh. I'm not laughing. I'm asking. Yes. Excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before. I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one, or to survive one. This seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about guardians? It's less about the guardian and more about what created it. Maybe a little about the chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes. Modeled after its creator, I would guess. So, let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? Is that cool? Also, when I was little, my baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of her creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves. The keepsakes from them and all. My sword's one of those, passed it on to me before she left. One day she was just gone. Think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. Like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. At least she left our savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about a wyvern chimera? No. Was the only kind she never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even the cow one, I think. But never found the wyvern one in all her years. It would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make for a good baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. Let's think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much. So, you like dragons? Ew. They're fascinating creatures. Very interesting, very magical. They are fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic. And their wings. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about their wings, though. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a voyeur. I don't do all that magic. Why not? I like my sword. I like my muscles. They're a good combo. I don't need to rely on anyone. Not even dragons. A little help never hurt anybody. A little self-reliance don't either. You say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Carolyn? Didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help. It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your... Nah. That sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? I reckon a little bit of a boost for this body couldn't hurt. And they're quick to see. And don't need to be too hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy. Or something for the brain. Baba talked quite a lot about how much they enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play. But I'll need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of a phoenix chili would make you fire resistance. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery, no. One is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies or you go heavy on the intelligence. I don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. Chilies with defense it is. Boink. Boink. And a little bit of this. Feed the egg! Boing, 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 boing. She is spicy this morning, isn't she? The chat is so wholesome. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you saying so, Sayakio. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Boink! Let's go! Cheers. Figured it out. Thanks. Feeling tougher already. And dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take on a dragon like this. Let's stay grounded. How urgent is this sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. Maybe he should sunbathe less then, because that might solve his problems. Might. But when has an easier solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear your exploits upon your return. I appreciate it, Lex. Thank you. I'm so excited. We're getting close to where the demo ended. So everything will be new here from very, very soon. We played the beginning demo and we played the extended demo, and we're getting very, very close to getting to Act 2.